Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. For today's video, we'll be finishing up my Spooktacular Victorian build. You're gonna have to forgive me. I forgot to record myself putting in our Halloween decorations on the outside. So I'm showing you the front yard now, and later on at the end of this video, you will see what I ended up doing for the backyard. Now that I have said that, let's get on with the video. So I just put in our curtains. Next up, we are going to be putting in this adorable little pumpkin on this base game dresser. I thought it'd be a cute decoration for the window. This piano that I'm putting in is from the Horse Ranch pack, and this little window seat is from Cats and Dogs. Next up, we are putting in this really cute pumpkin rug. I figured maybe they have different rugs that they use for different seasons. And then I'm putting in this Halloween garland in each of our doorways. And then next up, we are going to be doing the study. I actually think this study might be the favorite room of this build. We're going to be using these base game curtains throughout the downstairs. And I do not for the life of me remember where this bookcase is from. I am sorry. But the desk is base game, and that computer came from Cottage Living. The rug, I believe, is from the Growing Together pack. And we are going to be putting a fireplace there where that strip of brick is. And this portrait, I believe, is from the occult pack, whichever one that's called. And then I'm finishing up this room with adding some garland, and now we are going to move on to furnishing our dining room. These darn windows, specifically that one in the corner that I just put the curtain on, was giving me a little bit of trouble, so I'm gonna have to try and fix that. And then I put in like little tables later on. You'll see I'm putting this little palm tree here just because Victorians, they loved a good palm and a fern. But you can see these tables, I gave up. I eventually just gave up. I was just gonna let the curtains eat them. And there was just no winning against these curtains, so we just soldier on. This table set, I believe, is base game? Maybe. No, actually, I think it's from the vampire. It's from the vampire pack. And so are the chairs. The chairs are also vampire pack. And this clock, I'm trying to make it look like it's sitting on the table. That is from the Cottage Living pack. But yeah, I was fighting for my life here in this dining room. So you're gonna have to forgive me for that. But next up, we're gonna be doing the kitchen. For the kitchen, we're gonna be using these tall vintage base game cabinets, and then I'm gonna go in one by one and put everything where it needs to go. I imagine that this little shelf that I put up there on top of the cabinet, that's purely decorative. It's probably some old vintage jars and containers that absolutely definitely probably contain lead or arsenic, so they're purely for show, just antiques, not to be eaten from. My goodness, so they're just up there where nobody could mistake them for a actual usable container. I'm just cluttering up the cabinets a little bit here. I probably should have put in like a tea kettle or a coffee machine or something, but I didn't. And then I just put a few little items here. You can just see what I'm doing just to clutter up that spot. And I put this little plates there. I thought it was cute. And then now we're gonna move upstairs. I wanted to put another pumpkin in the window, and I put this shelf so it wasn't floating. I originally wanted to put it underneath some books, but I just couldn't get it to look right. I'm going to be putting in this cute little grandfather clock that I believe is from the vampire pack, maybe, and a couple picture frames. Also, it took me a minute to figure out how to get everything laying where it was supposed to be. After this, we are going to put in this other picture, lovely old vintage bicycles and whatnot, and we're gonna use this runner rug from the vampire pack. And then after this, we are going to be furnishing the kids' room. I had a bit of fun doing the kids' room. I wanted to keep it kind of a gothic aesthetic. I definitely think that this kid wants to sort of be like one of their parents is a writer, so I thought this kid probably wants to follow in their parents' footstep. So I gave them a lot of like a gothic-y vibe with the furniture, but still kept it light and childlike. So that's why I also used this cute little ghost wallpaper and whatnot. I figured this painting on the left is probably like their favorite author or whatnot, their inspiration. This plant actually goes in the hallway, so I'm gonna put that back in the hallway and fix it really quick. And then over here, I got this really cool mirror. I gave them a fake mantle. I figured maybe they got rid of the original fireplace because they were worried about the child hurting themselves. And putting a really cool antique looking mirror. And it's actually this picture that you see here in a minute that inspired me. I was like, ooh, it's like Edgar Allan Poe, The Crow. So that's when I decided that this was going to be the decor for this room, the theme at least. And I thought that this spot here underneath the picture looked a little empty, so I'm just going to very quickly try to pick out a chair just to fill in this space. And then I settled on this one from the occult pack. And now we are going to move on to furnishing the parents' room. I kept to the same aesthetic as the rest of the house with the parents' room. I figured that they probably spent a lot of time going through different antique stores to find all the furnishings that they have. So I used a lot of the same color palettes and whatnot to keep it like warm and inviting. I put in this chair and table because I figured that sometimes they like to, maybe one partner wants to stay up late and read. And I gave them a small desk because as a writer, if you are a writer, you know sometimes it is your art and you will just wake up all of a sudden and have like a crazy dream or some sort of idea. So this way they can just run over to that desk and write it down quickly before maybe hopefully going back to sleep so they can still be well rested. But I figured it was a nice little touch and a way to fill in that space. I'm giving them this base game dresser and I cluttered it up with a few books and a pot of flowers, and I'm just putting a few pictures. That one's from the Getting Together pack, and this one is from the Magic pack. I forget the name right now. And yeah, that is it. So this is going to be the end of our video. I'm showing you really quick what I did for the bathrooms. I'm going to apologize. I'm getting like a little sick or something, so I'm just trying to voice this quickly before I get too ill. I just kept it sort of vintagey. They obviously had to replace some of the plumbing and whatnot when they moved in, but I feel like they probably still wanted to pick different pieces and whatnot that were vintage looking, and this plant was driving me a little nuts cutting into that wall, so I had to fix that. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I would urge you please to check out the other videos on my channel if you are interested. Here is a lovely little cutout of the back, just as I promised. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!